So this is the last concept selection method I want to talk about. It's called concept scoring. It is a little different than the decision table, and it also is a little similar. So let's take a look at it. It looks very similar to the decision table. You'll see that we have in here a weight in this case. Before it added up just to 100, but it's the same type of thing. These percentages add up to 100, and it's based on the customer needs again, back to that problem statement. The next thing we have is the value. Now this is something that the decision table didn't have. And the value is really numbers that come from some type of testing that's being done. So in this case, we're looking at a children's toy. It may have a force to reset. We can measure what that force is. It's a value. It's a product cost. How much does it cost, do we think, to make it? We can put in that value, right? The shot distance, how far this little toy can throw it, we can measure those values. Some things are subjective, such as maybe the entertainment value, right, or the quality of it. We could maybe do a survey and get some values from it, right? Have people rank it from 1 to 10 on good to bad, whatever, as far as entertainment value, and we could then put in values there. Some things are just discrete numbers, like the variety of colors available, that type of thing. And some things will be done by tests. How many resets can it have, right? Or the force are done by tests. So these are the values, and that's very different than the decision table. Next, we have rating. We're going to rate each of these on a value of 1 to 5 based on the value, right? So if I look at this time spent with a toy, this one is 3 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes. This might get 5, this one might get 3, and that one might get 1. 1 is the worst. We may look at force to reset. Low force would be great, right? So this might get a 5. This one may also get a 5. That one may get a 3 or a 2, right? That we would put in there. Shot distance, we could look at the values there. The farther the better, right? 2 inches is great, so that's 5. Maybe this is 4 and this is 2 or something, right? We didn't get it as far as we wanted. So that's where the rating comes in. Then we calculate the score, and the score is determined by taking this weight times the rating. So if this one was a 5, we would take 0.1 times 5, and this value here would become 0.5, right? And we can do that for each of these. We will take the weight times the rating, and then we total up all of the scores to get a total score, and the one that's closest to 5 is the one that we would pick, okay? As you can see, if I look at this, it looks like it's very conducive to using in Excel, as is the plus, minus, and 0, 1, the concept screening method. In fact, for your homework that you will be doing, I do have these in Excel, and you can use them with the formulas already in there to calculate it for you. Okay? So this is the concept scoring method, and we will use this for your design project. So we've kind of taken the concept scoring now. So that was this method, this concept scoring or decision table. And now we've created essentially or developed one idea that we want to go with. So the goal of concept selection is not to select the best solution, but to develop it, right? We might take concepts from different areas or attributes of different concepts, bring them together to develop a better concept, right? So we might do this combine and refine until we develop the best concept. One last thing I want to point out is this idea of this concept scoring table can be rather useful. You can use it for a lot of other things than just deciding what concept you might want to use. But before I get into that, I want to point out that this is the tool, and the concept screening one are the tools that we want to use to get buy-in from everybody, right? Kind of solidifies everybody's agreement that that is the concept that we want to do or develop. Okay, as opposed to someone just saying, yeah, this is the best concept. So the nice thing about it, and the beauty of that, is you can use that table for a lot of different things. Let's say you want to buy a cottage up north. You could use that to determine different criteria for purchasing a cottage up north, right? It could be the cost, it could be the amount of lakefront, it could be the number of bedrooms, square footage, whatever, that kind of thing, water access, all of that. You could put in different criteria. I personally have used it for finding jobs. When I had multiple job offers and determining what I wanted. When I went on to grad school, I used it there to kind of weigh out different grad schools that I was looking at. So there's a lot of different uses for this table, and I hope you take time to use it for that. Your homework, you will be using it for determining maybe buying a car, right? And if you're using it for a car, your values here might be miles per gallon, it might be cost, and those types of things might be in there. So it's a very valuable tool, and hopefully you'll use it not only in this class, but in other things also.